In this video, we're going to talk about and learn about text in Photoshop, otherwise known as characters. So you're going to open up a new print letter size, create, right? So now we have a nice blank canvas. So let's just talk a little bit about where to find the characters, how to color them, all that basic stuff. Okay, so these are the tools. Go over here to your text tool. Right? And when you turn on a tool, you get all these different choices up here that you can use. Right? So now if I go in and I type text, text. All right, so that's what I'm using right now. So if I choose on that, I can change. If I go up here and I can pull down, I can change to all different kinds of fonts. Okay, and I can play with it some more depending upon what my options are. I can change the color of the text right here. I can go down and make it black. Okay, so that's very basic how to start with it. You'll notice every time you start, like I have this text right here in my layers panel, which is over here. You will find all of your windows over here. So if you go, these are the layers window. If for some reason it disappears, go back over here and get it. Now it's gone. Window, layers. Okay, same with character. There is the character window right there. And it actually can live right over here if you want. You can pull it out. There are different ways to get this. And if you use this one, you have a little bit more choice of what you're doing. So I'm going back over here to this text layer. And I can decide if I want it to go, let's go 100. That makes difference. So you'll just see if I just do a couple letters. Let's play with a couple letters here. I'm going to change this now to 100. And it's smaller, right? So it's the same text. This is the size. So it's not getting any wider. It's just getting lower. So I'm playing with the height of it. For some reason it was at 100. I think I was playing with it before. So it will default to 100. So you can change that. So if you wanted this to be, so this is going to be 100 right here, 100. Right? So you can change the size over here. Right? So there are different things you can do. You can do it, just play around with these different options over here, what you want to do. Again, right here in this panel, you can change the font over here if you want. And when you click on that, right? So now it's no longer there. So if you want it back, you go to Window, Character, here it is. And if you want to put it in this level right here, you just go over here and you just stick it up there. And now you have your access to it right here. Okay, so this is the basics of your text. So you can play around with it. You also can, when you have it, you can also change it from here. This is your move tool, and you can make things bigger and smaller. You can't do the individual letters, but you can do like that. You can rotate it. Right? Another thing you can do with your text, I'm just going to Control Z, it back, or Alt Z, or whatever, just undo, undoing it. Right now I'm working on a PC, so it's a little different on a Mac. All right, so I've just undone it and I'm back over here. I can also take this text and I can warp it. So if I choose the text, again, I can go over here and choose it right here if I want. Now I've chosen the text over here, or I can choose it over here, but it's right over here. So if I right click, I can warp the text. And I can choose different styles I want to do. You can move it around, whatever you want. You can do bold. Just play around with that. That's how you can distort it. Over here, you can warp your text by going over here. This is another way to kind of manipulate it. If I want the text to be in the other direction, also you'll notice when I've now chosen it, I don't have any of those choices up here. I have to go back over and click on the text tool. That's true for any of these things. If you've made a shape, you can make a shape with the shape tool, and you want to edit it, you have to make sure that you're not only you're kind of have the layer on, so you've selected it, and then you also have to go over and choose the tool so that you get all these choices up here again. Let's say I want to add some more text on here. So I can get my text tool, my horizontal. This one's the vertical text tool. So if you choose this when you're writing it in this direction. Right, so now it's there. And if I go over here, I can change it to here. Right, so I can change the direction on this by just clicking it. But notice it is another layer. So I've made two layers. So I have this layer and I have this layer. These are different layers, right? So let's take this text and I want to change the color. So I go over here and I can change the color. Okay, so now I have this color. So I have two different texts. I have this layer and I have this layer. Again, make sure your layers are on. And if I want to put them both in the same layer, like I put them in different layers and I've decided I want them in both, I need to select both of them. So what I've done, I've actually selected one and then pressed Shift for the second one. Right now I'm going to right click and I am going to merge those layers that I've chosen. Notice the background is still separate. I just merged the layers that I had chosen. So now these are on one layer. So I hope this has been helpful, kind of understanding how to use text.